Bonjour, hein. Bonjour, bonjour. Pardon. Pardon pour vos petites oreilles. Bidididou. Inventaire. On va jouer avec quoi? On va jouer avec Excalibur. Excalibur et lui, ça ira très bien. Bon, j'ai tué qui dans l'ordre? Ok. Ok. Pourquoi pas, tu me diras. Ah, que devais-je faire? Parler à l'autre. Et merde. Ah, par contre... Merci. Ok. Ah, incroyable! Alors toi, si toi, je vais aller te déchirer. Vraiment, allez, fais un effort.
Thane Alfgar. It's an impressive amount of land you oversee.
Quite right. I often get lost swimming to my island in this flowing sea of wheat.
You said you had something to show me when we last spoke. What did you mean?
Yes, I did. Observe. This fine specimen belonged to our beloved elderman, Hunbeort, before his untimely passing. He left it here when we last hunted together. I now wish you to have it.
If this belonged to the Elderman, shouldn't it go to Hunwald next?
I suppose so. But I thought you a more fitting recipient. You'd know how to use it.
Il essaie de m'acheter.
Now, take it and come hither.
Il essaie de m'acheter le poteau.
Plan for the two of us. Leave aside talk of politics and shire moats. Let us enjoy the fruits of my land together.
We're hunting or fruit picking?
Both, if you like. Whatever you fancy. I'm generous with the yields of my estate, as you will see. To be plain, Eivor, a great bear has been badgering my estate for weeks. I must do away with it, if only to prevent a future tragedy.
You brought me here to hunt a bear.
Yes, and I'm so pleased you agreed to come. I suspect you know better than most that I have what it takes to lead this shire. Though its line of kings is old and ended, the people of this land still teems with life, with promise. But today, the shire languishes. It needs the guidance of new blood.
Like me.
Sorry?
I'm the definition of new blood. It may be I should put my name in for Elderman.
There it is, that dark sense of humor. Blunt as a hammer, eh? Like the one carried by your thunder god. I don't recall the name.
Ah, un peu de respect,
Go
non?
on.
What I mean to say is, I enjoy the company of your people. Or people like you. What little I've seen of them. And I don't care what stuffy fools like Herefriv and Unwald say. You Danes are damn decent people. Not dense at all.
Kind of you to notice.
I remember when the Danes first arrived, not long ago. The locals were terrified. Not of being raided, but of their spouses being seduced away. With all your perfumes and braiding and grooming and...
Are we hunting Alfgar? Or is it your hope that I'll braid your hair?
Hunting, definitely! The bear's lair should be nearby.
Il va essayer de me tuer, l'enfoiré.
Ah, my old friend Grim. How wonderful to see you here. What a pleasant surprise.
Non.
What surprise. I came as you requested.
Yes, and how is Grimsby? How are all the other Danes?
I can't speak for all Danes, but I am well, and itching for a hunt as you made plain in your message this morning.
Yes, that's right. Very good. Speaking of Danes, I'd like to introduce you to Eivor. Perhaps you know each other as one Dane to another.
I am Norse, actually. Something you might learn by asking. Well met, Grim. Glad to have you along.
Hey, Eivor. Did he lure you here as well with the promise of a hunt?
He...
Yes, hunting a bear. That's the point of all this. We're hunting, I promise.
There's a cave just up the hill there. Seems a likely place for a lair.
If the beast is as large as Alfgar claims, it'll take all three of us to bring it down.
I'm game. Let's get a new fur cloak, shall we?
Allez, mon gars.
All manner of beasts in this forest. If we don't find the bear, we'll find something worth our supper.
I have a divine rule over the land of my estate. God shall provide. Have no worry.
Tu fais, toi? Ouais, ok. On est là, hein.
This is the threshold of a beast's home. There's no doubting that. That's not fair. Walls.
Il a essayé de nous niquer, je te le dis, moi.
Smoke! My God! My estate is burning like a twig!
Soon to be a sea of fire.
Eivor! You're skilled enough, and I can't tell you how to handle this, but please! My God, help me with this!
Ça va, j'y vais, arrête de crier là.
I must be careful now.
Allez, viens là. Je me fais là. Salut l'assaillant. Salut. Salut. Yo copain.
Oui.
C'est du gentil ça. Ta mère. Ta mère. Ta mère aussi. Frérot, qu'est-ce que tu me fais? Qu'est-ce que tu me fais? Tiens. Et tiens. Attends. Je vais aller dans mon inventaire. J'ai vu le message visant à voir, hein. Je suis pas berlou complètement. Il est où? Alors, je t'engage à un de mes faits. Ta récompense sera généreuse. Ok.
The men who would see you burn are dead. Let's get these fires out.
Agreed.
I don't trust him. No.
What a mess. A sea of ashes. I thank you, Eivor, for doing what you could.
You're a man of many riches, Algar. You can rebuild.
To be sure. But I do not look forward to the toilet. Sweet Lord in heaven! The bear is returned!
The Shiremood will start soon. I should return to Lincoln to see that it goes well.
Où il va?
Away, beast! Away! You won't trouble me any longer!
Elgar, careful!
There, you see? Didn't I promise you a rousing hunt?
C'était nul.
Brilliant! Simply brilliant!
Attends. Je suis perdu là, j'ai trop de trucs. C'est quoi ça? Ah oui. Dégâts de parade on prend, parce que c'est bien. Dégâts encore on prend, parce que c'est bien. Quête, où tombe la pierre? On peut le trouver dans sa villa au pied d'un mur près de la halle de la ville de Lincoln. Attends. Où est Lincoln? Premier qui me répond à Fox River, ça part en couille. Lincoln. Auprès d'un mur. De toute façon, il faut que j'aille là-bas. Je vais faire une vision d'aigle dans toute la ville jusqu'à avoir un petit point rouge. Mais non, tu serais pas de l'ordre? Et je vais te zinguer, mon frère. Je vais relire les trucs que j'ai sur toi, poteau. On peut le trouver dans sa villa au pied d'un mur, près de la halle. C'est quoi la halle? Il y a un propriétaire terrien où il paye des soldats du comté afin qu'il exécute ses ordres. Alors, attendons. Faisons les choses proprement. La halle. C'est ça la halle? Salut. Bonjour. Tu peux pas mettre un petit marquer la cible. Voilà. J'ai peut-être tué 2 gardes pour rien. Ouais. Mais, de toute façon, ils m'auraient cassé les couilles dans tous les cas, donc, classe. Ça y est.
The first man I killed for my order, I cried and wept after trying to hold back the tears. But I told myself, I am merely acting upon a foretold destiny, navigating the whim of greater gods. My actions are simply pebbles.
Pebbles that wash away in the surf, as harmless as dust.
Pebbles were once bedrock. As were you.
Ah, on rigole zéro, nous. Hein. Rune d'arme. Une arme. Et lui, je vais mettre ça. Et lui, je vais mettre... Bon. Ah oui, putain, j'ai eu un truc pour l'ordre. C'est vrai ça. Détail. Exhumer la chaîne. Je sais que cela amuse d'offrir une cloche en allusion à son surnom, mais ces enfantillages commencent à m'agacer. Dans la chaîne frivole reçoit une cloche d'église. Que la cloche sache que le capitaine entendra. Dans le Sussex. Lambert. Lambert. C'est où Lambert? C'est où le Sussex? Southsex. Wessex. Watford. C'est où cette merde de Southsex aussi mer du Nord, ouais. Wessex, ouais. Essex, ouais. East Anglia, ouais. Ravenstop, ouais. Lincoln, ouais. Je suis sûr que je suis passé à côté 1000 fois, hein, quand même vieille que je suis, mais Wessex. Putain, mais j'ai l'impression de l'avoir fait en plus déjà le Southsex. Ah bah c'est là. C'est où Lambert aussi? Putain, elle est folle celle-là. Quel plaisir. Sussex. Lambert. Ah, Lambert. Ah! Ah! C'est là. Pas complètement con non plus. Hein. Ti. Hop là, ça l'aime. Non, hésite, voilà, merci. C'est mon frère.
Archer, is everything ready?
The Shire moot will soon begin. Will you join us, Eivor? We'd be comforted by your presence.
Yes, I'm curious to see this Shire moot for myself. I will follow. When will the vote begin, Abbess?
12 able lords of Lincolnshire have already cast their stones, but they have reached a tie. 4 votes for each man. It now falls to you to break this impasse.
Me? By whose order?
You have earned the trust of our 3 candidates, it seems. Even our bishop has found a certain fondness for your hardy spirit.
It is not an easy choice to make, but I will choose with care. I promise.
I pray that God guides your vote today, and not the devil, as I fear.
La.
A vote for Hunwald will return the House of the Ferocious Swan to its former glory.
Free men, free possible futures.
Which of these sad puppets will dance best when you call upon them?
It is not for myself I must cast the stone, but for my clan. Who will serve us best in a time of true need?
You can never be certain where you stand in another's heart. Choose only for yourself.
All 3 have strengths and weaknesses. Hunwald is not the most cunning or clever, but he has heart and spirit. Both go a long way in times of need. Lead your Shire with pride, ferocious swan.
Pas sûr d'avoir fait le bon choix, mais bon. Écoutez.
It is decreed by this lawful Shire moot that the Ealdorman of Lincolnshire shall be son of our dear and departed Lord Hundbjorn, Lord Hunwald of Lincolnshire.
I don't know what to say. I thank you. Deeply, madly, humbly. What more can I say? I don't know. I miss my father. I'd sooner see him standing here than... Well, I will do my best. For each and every one of you.
Let us all raise our cups. A toast to our new Ealdorman. Diarmuid's decision is not final, but advisory. It now falls to our newly anointed King Ceolwulf to ratify our choice. To this end, we need not worry. Ceolwulf is a friend to Saxon and Dane alike, and he is sure to approve the results. Our good and noble friend, Arthelswith.
The septic rot has overtaken this shire. A sickness for which there is only one cure.
Your Grace! What is this?
Nobles of Lincolnshire, stand fast!
For the glory of the ancients, leave none alive!
Alors toi, mon frère. Viens là, viens là, viens là, viens là. Viens là, viens là. Viens là. Pour le coup. Oh, j'aime beaucoup trop cette attaque.
Is this how their god welcomes a new Elderman?
Ah, mais qui se trouve pas là aussi, t'es civil à la con là.
Bastard bishop. What's his endgame?
This one's gone. Find those who still draw breath. Polish your ass, Hunwald. The Elderman's seat is yours. As your war council, I suggest you waste no time in catching this grief tosser. He won't be far.
We should first bury our dead, no?
That choice is yours to make, Elderman.
Yes. Yes, of course. We'll bury our dead, then raise a feared.
Non. Non, non. Ah bah si, apparemment.
I am at a loss for words. A trusted man of the cloth. I will pray for these martyrs and tend to the remaining wounded until the last man walks free.
Be well, Archer.
And you, Eivor. May God or the gods protect you.
Et ouais, évidemment que je vais aller le chercher instantanément. Il est où? Il est où? Je vais te tuer, petit être. Sache-toi. Non, 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 non. Non, 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 non. Il est où ce coin de... Mais non. Et... Oh, fais un effort, Eivor, t'es chiante. Hein. Mais... Sérieusement? Mais... Oh, la tête de ma mère. Oh, respire, 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 respire. S'il me dit qu'on va pas l'attaquer, ça va chier les bulles. Tenez! Je sais pas, dans le doute, je vous fais pas confiance les gars. Désolé hein, mais...
What news, Hunwald?
We've learned that Herewrith rode for the fort at Anacastre following the massacre. I have assembled a field there. Quite a large one, in fact. They eagerly await your orders, Eivor.
You mean your orders, Elderman?
Ah, yes, that's right. My orders. Which are what, exactly?
Who can say? Ride with me to your camp and we'll find out together.
Herewrith was a friend of my father's and always so dear to me. I don't understand what possessed him.
He invoked the name of an ancient order before his men attacked. I know exactly what possessed him.
Do you?
It's not a story for now.
This will send waves of disgust through all the parishes of Mercia. Herewrith is a new and ugly stain on the bishopric.
Your Christ was an interesting man, if a little soft. But stranger still, I've met so few Christians like him.
Today has been a boon, Eivor. In spite of everything, I now know
Ouais.
still burns within.
Par contre, si tu pouvais te dépêcher d'aller là où il faut aller, qu'on lui déchire sa race un petit peu, ça serait agréable.
Your name will ripple through every stanza.
Don't be hasty, Hunwald. One verse of our song remains unsung. The din of battle beckons.
You pagans and your appetite for battle. I certainly don't share it. I worry what diabolical feast the bishop has in store.
Don't let that poxy bishop worry you. With Eivor beside us, he'll be victuals before long. How has Atcha taken all this? She and Herewrith were so close.
She must feel as though the devil himself attacked her monastery. The poor lady.
We spoke briefly. Her spirits were low, but her work carried on.
I
think she'll be fine.
Manipulated by a man who should be God's gladdener. Here's the camp, do you see? The Field will soon be ready for action.
Quoi, c'est ça là-bas?
We are the men of Lincolnshire. Remember it. My ancestors fought with the old kings of Lindsey. It's for their memory we fight today.
Our warsmith has arrived. The Fields are ready to fight.
Let's fight.
Can we win this fight with the men you see assembled here?
If they fight with the bravery of double their number, we may.
And is there room in your Valhalla for a ferocious swan?
Of course. Let fly your glorious banner.
Are we ready then?
We attack now. Ready the field.
Our first task will be to breach the outer wall. Then we deal with the troops inside.
T'inquiète pas pour ça, mon pote.
The best way to breach is with a battering ram. I should help it along.
To hell with you! Remain steadfast.
Voilà. Comme ça qu'on attaque, nous. On va qu'on prenne des pincettes. On n'a pas le temps. Tu m'as raté. Salut. 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 Oh, pardon. Aïe, bon alors toi. Voilà. Pardon. Salut les guys. Allez, faut sauter maintenant, Ivor. Voilà, merci.
A challenge at last.
Voilà. Qu'est-ce que tu me fais là? Vas-y, casse-toi de là. Et tiens. Si.
Gods! Hereford has gone mad! You, point me to the bishop. No one else need die today.
He's in the chapel there, hiding away. Scabrous coward.
Let no one leave that church without facing judgment.
Salut. Salut à tous. Salut frère. Hop là, c'est à moi. Merci. Salut, hein. Salut. là.
The other side must be barred.
So. Alors toi. Viens là toi, viens là. Putain merde. Allez, reste au sol, reste au sol. Je préfère ça, ouais.
I died the day I hid behind these robes, this cross. To bring the light of my order to a wider view, I did base myself. Clawed my way to the top of this common religion, full of common men. I should have lived as the ancients did.
That's the folly of mankind, Herefrith. We wallow in our failures, like happy pigs in a sty of shit. You should have learned to enjoy it.
J'étais en train de déchirer un mec là en fait. Hein. Je sais pas ce que ça ouvre, mais...
Eivor, is the bishop dead?
He bled too little and talked too much. Now he's gone.
I won't miss him. But Atcha will need some time to grieve.
Lincolnshire is yours to lead, Elderman. The hardest fight begins now.
The din of battle still rings in my ears. I think I now know what it means to be a leader.
Good.
I would ask a favor, if I could.
Name it.
As Elderman, my life may be a dangerous one. For a time, anyway. Would you allow my Swanborough to take refuge in your settlement? At least until I feel all danger has passed.
We'd be happy to have her.
Thank you, my sturdy Norse berserker. The mead halls of my shire will be lonely without you stomping about.
Our people are bonded now. We must look out for one another.
Il est suspect un peu. Hein. T'es suspect, poteau.
Now it seems the wind calls me back to Ranvi. Best tell her the good news.
The good news, ouais. On peut plus la pécho depuis que l'autre est revenu. Que good news, que tu me parles. Pipi, 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 pipi. Compétence, compétence, compétence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, ouais, une petite trentaine et on aura fini. Putain, c'est niveau combien qu'il fallait être pour la torcher à l'autre là qui m'a lavé le cul 1000 fois. C'était où? C'était là. Putain, je sais plus. Now we're going to test. This one begins a long time ago.
It was not rubbish. I intended to use it. Please.
Ranvi, what is this?
Another dispute, I'm afraid, with Holger stirring the pot once again. Will you set in judgment?
Judgments are the burden of a Jarl. This is Sigurd's duty now.
He refuses to leave his quarters. Right now, you are the only noble fit for this.
I don't know. It is not my place.
Please. Only until Sigurd recovers his strength.
All right. Once more. Gudrun, Holger, come forward. You'll state your cases and I'll hear you out and be as swift in my judgment as I am able. Gudrun, you may speak.
I have been robbed, Abel. My property defaced. 3 days ago, I discovered some of my sailcloth missing. I scoured the settlement in search of it. Passing Holger's home, there I see it. Boldly displayed and worse, defaced, with scrawls and silly stories upon it.
Lies and slander!
Holger, quiet. You're well acquainted with the rules of this trial. Now, Gudrun, what did you do upon discovering your sailcloth?
I confronted him, demanding silver. For sil with Holger's inky scratching cannot be sold or bartered, can it? I ask only that I be paid for the property that was taken from me, yet he refuses.
So Holger took something that belonged to you and defaced it. Now you wish to be paid for the item. Do I understand?
That is right.
Holger, what say you in your defense?
Short days ago, I found a pile of mildew-stained detritus beneath the docks, and salvaged what I could. I wish to use it as a canvas, you see? As a conveyance for my latest works. The sailcloth was in such a state, and so obscured from view, I assumed it was refuse, abandoned goods.
I see.
My motives were honest, Eivor. Would a thief be so brazen as to display the fruits of his crime? Hardly. Yet here she claims I have robbed and defaced her property, when all I took was rubbish left by to rot.
Nonsense.
My only crime here is that I gave something ugly and decrepit a bold new life.
I see. So you feel Gudrun disposed of something, and now unreasonably seeks its return.
Exactly. Yes.
All right. I have heard enough.
I might have profited from that cloth. Holger has all but robbed me of a future boon.
It was garbage. Yet now it's a part of something greater.
If anything, I have increased its value. You ought to thank me.
Oh, I will thank you with the back of my...
Quiet. Let me speak. After careful thought, it is clear that...
What is this? What are you doing?
Holger and Gudrun are at odds. I hope to find a resolution.
That duty is mine alone, Eivor. You know this. Stand aside.
You were not here, brother. Nor did I wish to bother you.
A sallow excuse for such a bold defiance. I hope you enjoyed it. Are you finished singing, my dear Skull?
My Jarl, as I was saying,
Stop! Enough! I have heard more than enough to render my judgment. For as long as I've known you, Holger, you have spun words into lies. You weaken the minds of children, and delude the minds of men. I've shown you too many years of tolerance. And rather than exist in grateful meekness as Holger the liar, you sink lower. You become Holger the thief, robbing a woman of her livelihood, all in the name of your stupid stories.
Sigurd, Jarl, no, that is not...
This is the consequence of your actions. You will pay Gudrun the value of 30 sailcloths.
30 times? Surely you jest. That would ruin me, Sigurd.
Do I look like one to pay prax, Holger? Pay the fee, or be exiled?
Great Jarl, if I may. I seek only compensation for a single sailcloth. The rest is...
30 times! In silver! That is my judgment.
Eivor, please. Does this not seem unfair?
Sigurd, the punishment must fit the crime. Your judgment is cruel and unfair.
Cruel and unfair. Oh, no. Now you have it backwards. I am the definition of what is fair and what is not. I am your Jarl, the source of all right and wrong, the Lord of justice in this place. Without rank, without order, without a chain of command, life cannot endure. Chaos will reign. Do you understand?
As my brother and my Jarl, I back you, Sigurd. But in the face of injustice, I cannot help but speak.
Have you never in your life known when to hold your tongue, Eivor? Nor defer to those wiser than yourself? My judgment stands. 30 times the sailcloth's value. That is final.
Thank you, Lord, for hearing us out.
See to it that judgment is carried out exactly as I have said. Should the need arise again, do not fail to rouse me.
Quelle énorme merde!
Good to see you, darling. I want to thank you for your judgment, Eivor. For stepping in when Sigurd would not, in spite of what happened.
Poor man. I've never known him to be so angry and reckless. Is that a side you have seen?
Rarely. There have been moments when he was distressed, worried, afraid. But nothing like this. Never, ever like this.
Let us do our best for him, as we take care of our own. We are his best hope for healing.
If it is not too late. In the meantime, we press on.
Lincolnshire is a friend to us.
Wonderful news. And who is our ally there?
The boy Hunwald is the new Alderman of Lincolnshire, and he has sworn allegiance to us.
The loud one, an Alderman? Well, should he ever wish to call for aid, he need only shout.
Trou du cul.
I want to see the Alliance map. Tell me about Jorvik. Hytham says there are 3 more targets there.
If that is true, you are in luck. Our old friends Jor and Ljuvina have made their homes in Jorvik. Both had status and influence in Norway, so they may have valuable insights into the city's politics.
That will make my work easier.
What say you then?
Et on va s'arrêter là.
I'll go now. Do you know where I might find Jor and Ljuvina?
When entering a new city, it is best to ask around the ports. The people there know more than the average peasant.
Merci ma petite gueule argentée. Bon, j'espère que ça vous aura plu. Et on se retrouve une prochaine fois. Ciao, bye.